Um, lived now in Germany. I've been abroad since 2007, and I lived in Germany now for the last 2.5 years.
And when did you join the full national team?
2004.
Really? So you've been with them since
2 World Cups and a Euro and a European Championship, U21s that we won. So
Really?
because I also supervise.
German then?
Yeah, I do. I communicate in German. I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but I can communicate in German.
Okay. All right. Cool. We're just gonna ask you a few questions.
Look at you, or
Either way.
You'll look at me. Yeah. Yeah. All right. First, say your name and your title, just so we have it.
Okay. Shad Forsythe, and I'm a soccer performance manager for Athletes Performance, head fitness trainer for the German national team.
All right, Shad. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Washington State, small town, about 900 people in north central Washington.
And when did you become a trainer? Where did you become a trainer?
Started probably from the medical side. I got a couple degrees in pre-med in Washington State University, and then I really got into it at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, where I got my master's in biomechanics.
And were you working with soccer athletes or all athletes?
Really all athletes. I was more from the physio and medical side.
And so when did you make this transition to soccer, particularly at such a high level?
There's always luck, I think, into this. And in 2003, I worked with Athletes Performance, and I was assigned the LA Galaxy from a fitness trainer standpoint. And Jurgen Klinsmann was the technical advisor to the Galaxy at that time. And he saw a different approach that Athletes Performance had, which really in training movement and really specific, but inside the team setting. And he said, would you guys like to join us, with the national team when he was appointed head coach in 2004.
And so you get the call, or he pulls you aside and says, hey, I want you to come over. Did you have to interview, go through a process with the German national team?
Well, I'd worked with him, and he'd seen our work, there in LA, and it was for him. One of my colleagues with Germany is Oliver Schmidtlein there in Munich. He had him on staff, and Oliver kind of researched all across the world, and Oliver told Jurgen, the best from what I've seen across the world is what you have there in LA. And so Jurgen kind of employed him to find what he thought was the best, and he chose us.
And you've now done what with Germany? How many World Cups and everything else?
Yeah, we had 3rd place in 2006, 3rd place this last summer. We got 2nd in European Championships in 2008, and we also supervised the under-21s, and so we had a 2009 European Championship.
You're here at the NSCAA convention. Today you were focused on plyometrics. How much does that play a role in what you do with the German national team?
Yeah, it's one piece, and it's for us, we train movement, not muscles. And within our system from now Joachim Löw, our head coach, and different athletes require different things at different positions. But plyometrics is one piece that we are able to power our athletes with, and we have a nice progression to keep our athletes safe.
One of the things you were talking about is some of these teams are coaching young players, so it's more about fun. But with the German national team, even Bayern Munich, they're there to work. Does that make a difference in what you do?
Yeah, it's also about energy. Like from my standpoint, the worst training program done at the highest energy and the more positive is better than the best training program done with negativity and with no energy. So we try to mix both. We try to have kind of the best science, the best people, and the best energy to get our guys to have fun, and to get their job done, which is their main goal.
Where do you go from here? You're now working with the German national team on a world soccer stage. Do you want to stay there forever, or what do you want to do after that?
Right now, my wife and I, and we just have a 7-month-old that was born prior to the World Cup, so we're enjoying living abroad and living in Munich. And I have a fantastic staff with the German national team, and we keep getting results. And for me, we're at the top of the pyramid. I think maybe somebody could argue there's a better national federation, but I would argue back that ours is pretty good.
Now, speaking of being at top of the pyramid, the NSCAA, as you may know, is the largest soccer coaches association in the entire world. Why did you feel it was important for you to come back and share what you've done with the German national team here?
Well, it was interesting. The title, I think, of the NSCAA this year is the Best of America. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I don't work with America. Our company does. Our company trained the U.S. team before the World Cup, U.S., Japan, and Germany. All 3 of our teams made it out of the first round, so that's fantastic for our company. But my team is Germany, and I am an American, so maybe it is a part of America, and of course I love my country as well. But it seemed that, somebody doing it at that level on a consistent basis should be willing, and I wanted to give back a little bit my experience.
Your overall impressions of the NSCAA?
Fantastic collection. I mean, the biggest collection of soccer coaches anywhere in the world. I think it does a lot of good for the development of the game. Of course, my team is Germany, but for the final of any tournament that the Germany or US is, I want the Germany and the US to be in the final. I mean, that's what I want, and I want the game to continue to progress. And bringing in people from experts in the world. You see in basketball, Del Harris goes and coaches China. Well, why is that? Because our basketball coaches are the best in the world. So in football, it's also nice to bring people from abroad over to look at other ways of doing things. And the Germans do things very, very well, and I'm part of that team from the soccer side, so it's nice to be able to share.
Awesome. Well done. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah.